Okay. Hi, everyone. We're going to get started very soon. Welcome to our executive committee webinar. Please rename yourself if you haven't already, and feel free to turn on your cameras if you would like to.
Sorry, one question. Do we have to turn on our cameras?
Oh, you don't have to, but if you would like to, feel free to.
Right now my hair kind of looks chopped really bad. I don't know if I want to do that.
No worries, you're completely fine.
Thank you.
Okay, well, it is 7:33 and we're going to get started. So, hi everyone, welcome to our executive committee webinar where we will be presenting on the different habits for a successful Key Club year. And if you haven't already, please rename yourself just so we can get a good idea of who's here. But moving on to our webinar agenda. So we're going to be doing, each of the executives are going to be doing some introductions of ourselves, a fun icebreaker, and talking about each of our roles as executives. And then we'll be discussing the 7 habits that we came up with, and we'll go more into depth about how you can apply each one of them to your Key Club. And then lastly, a Q&A session if any of you guys have any questions. So this webinar should last around an hour. We don't want to take up too much of your time, but let's meet the presenters. So my name is Eleanor Coe, and I have the absolute honor of serving as your district governor for this year. I am a junior from St. Petersburg High School in Division 13, Zone E, and I'm super excited that you all are here and that we can share some of our insights and experiences with you guys. Andrea?
Hi everyone, my name is Andrea Cabrera Ilgesawal and I'm your district secretary. I'm a senior at Young Winds Preparatory Academy in Division 26B Zone K, so I'm from Miami. And I'm so excited to see so many people here on a Wednesday evening, eager to learn, and everyone be so dedicated. Claudia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Claudia Viamonte. I am your district treasurer. I am currently a senior at Sarasota High School. I'm from Zone H, Division 18, and I'm so glad to see so many people here, and I'm excited to see what you guys can learn from us. All right. Chloe.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chloe. I'm your district editor. I'm a senior at Somerset Academy High School. I'm in Division 24B, Zone J, Zone J all the way. And I'm just really excited that everybody took the time out of their day, to come out and listen to our webinar. Emil.
Hi everyone, my name is Emil and I'm currently a senior in Cypress Bay High School. I'm from Division 24B, which is in Broward, close to Miami. Zone J all the way, as Chloe said, Zone J all the way, East and Nose. So yeah, I'm super excited for this webinar and I really, really, really hope that this evening you'll get a lot of good and important information and find something insightful. Thank you.
Thank you to all of the executives. We have been planning this for a while and we're super excited and hope that you'll take away a lot of important information. So now that you know our names, we are going to do a little icebreaker and we thought it would be fun if we could do a little get to know us activity with two truths and a lie. So we'll each say 3 facts and any one of you can feel free to raise your hands and take a guess at which are true and which are not. So I'll start. My 3 facts are that my favorite animal is a whale shark. I have almost skied straight off a cliff, and when I was 6 years old, I once got stuck in an elevator in a foreign country. So feel free to raise your hands and we can call on someone. Miles.
I'm not too sure if that favorite animal is a whale shark.
So that's actually true. The one that's not true is that I have not almost skied straight off a cliff. I went skiing this past December in Colorado, but did not ski straight off the cliff. So, next is Andrea.
Okay, my three facts are that I have 24 birds, I can trumpet with my mouth, and I was born in the same hospital as Jason Derulo. Megan?
I don't know if you have 24 birds.
That actually was the lie. I do have like 20 something birds, but I don't think it's exactly 24. But you did get me. Good job.
Claudia.
Okay. Um, my facts are I wasn't born in the US. I'm a Pilates instructor and I speak three languages. Hands, Julia.
That you're a Pilates instructor?
Nope, that's actually true. The lie was that I speak three languages. I only speak two, Spanish and English, and I was born in Cuba.
Oh, okay.
Next is Chloe.
Okay, so my facts are that I have four pets, I've been to five different countries, or that I speak four languages. Issa,
Is it the four languages?
yeah, I actually almost failed Spanish one and two. I'm really bad at learning other languages.
And that's okay. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. And lastly, Emil.
Okay, so for the facts today, I have that my favorite pet is a parakeet. That I love parakeets. The second one is I can fully understand six languages. And the third one that I was working since I was 14. Your hands? Mouse. Give a chance to someone else. I see Mehmet.
The last one?
The last one, which was the last one?
The
I believe that I was working since I was 14, right?
yeah.
That was actually a lie. Awesome. Great
Oh
job.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Well, thank you all for participating. I hope you learned a little something new about all of us. Now we're going to get into our roles and then talk about the habits. So, my role as district governor spreads across a number of things, but in general, I lead and oversee our district board, which is comprised of all of your lieutenant governors, our committee chairs, who each lead one of our 8 committees, and of course, the executive committee. And I also support and guide all clubs throughout the year. So if you all ever need anything, please feel free to reach out and I would be happy to help. And the executive committee will also be hosting office hours starting next week. It will be on Thursdays and we will be sending out information about that very soon. So please stay on the lookout for that. And I also communicate any important updates from our district or Key Club International, and as well as represent the Florida district on the Key Club International Council, which is comprised of all other district governors and the international board. As for goals, every year our district board sets service and leadership goals for us to accomplish throughout the year. And this year, the goals are as follows, which is to exceed 270,000 total service hours, exceed 65,000 large scale service project service hours, which has replaced the governor's project, increase our membership to 25,000, and charter at least 20 new clubs. So for service hours, please make sure you're filling out your monthly reports. I know Andrea will talk about that in a little bit. And if you have any questions about the large scale service project, please contact myself or our service and partners chair, Valentina. We will also be hosting a webinar about the large scale service project in the coming weeks and providing more information and resources to you all. And as for membership, we are currently just shy of 24,000 members, which is our highest membership in district history. So Claudia will talk to you about dues, but as the school year starts up, try to focus on membership recruitment and growing your clubs. Now I'll pass it over to Andrea.
Okay, give me 1 second to stop sharing and do it again because there was an issue. Give me 1 second, sorry. Okay, there. Sorry about that. So, hi everyone, my name is Andrea. I'm your district secretary. And that role is comprised of taking meeting minutes for all district board meetings. So that's a decon or our yearly board meetings. I also manage the community platform. So if you're a club president or secretary, you're most likely familiar with community. I also am responsible for tracking completion of monthly reports, which you fill out, and officer information forms or OIFs. And I support secretaries and lieutenant governors across the district. A couple reminders to keep in mind, again, these are mostly for presidents and secretaries, is that June, July, and August monthly reports are all due September 10th. Generally, monthly reports are due the 10th of the following month. So, for example, the November report will be due December 10th, but because June, July, and August were all summer months, they're grouped together for September 10th. So make sure to remind your secretaries to fill those out. And then also please be sure to be working to fill out your officer information forms and make sure that when you're putting emails for your officers to make sure you put non-school emails because often emails provided by your school district will block our Key Club emails. So make sure you're giving us your personal emails, whatever those may be. And if you are a president or secretary and you don't have access to community, feel free to reach out to me. You can find my email on the Florida Key Club website or also reach out to your lieutenant governor if you don't have contact for them or you don't know who they are. You can also go to the Florida Key Club website there, look for your division, and then you can get their email from there.
Thank you, Andrea. Claudia.
Hello, everyone. Once again, I'm Claudia, your district treasurer. My role throughout the district includes approving all district expenses, which the adults process, and I go through every one of them and process them for payment. So I see everything that we spend our money on. I oversee due submissions from each of your clubs. Our dues this year are $17 space, and the Kiwanis Engagement, which is a new platform that we're using to submit dues, opens September 4th, so tomorrow, so you guys can start submitting your dues right away. I also, at the beginning of my term, I created the district budget and I was able to move some numbers around and we created a $200 Decon First Timer Scholarship. So if any of your members are interested in going Decon, it's their first time, they should really look into applying for this. We have about 20 of them to give out. So the money is here for you guys. So please apply. Decon is our district convention, is the most wonderful event Key Club offers, and it's super cool if you haven't been to already. So please apply for that. And then I advise the financial committee, which is in charge of scholarships, flaws, and everything financial. Some reminders from me are deadlines. So September 4th, tomorrow is when dues opens for Kiwanis Engage. You can find the page on our website. Then October 4th is what I recommend you guys like at least have one member done so you can apply for the early bird dues patch deadline, which is an award your club can earn for submitting their dues early. And October 4th is the perfect deadline. You have like 1 month to submit it, and you need at least one member, and that can be one of your officers. So you got an award right away. And November 1st is the deadline for that award. Then December 1st is the regular dues deadline. After that, February 1st, your club will go into suspension status if no dues are submitted. Also, this year, I've created a treasurer group chat where treasurers, LTGs, club presidents, everybody can join to share fundraising ideas or just what it's like to be an officer. So if anybody is interested, please join. It's a great opportunity for everybody to learn, and that is our QR code.
Thank you, Claudia. Passing it over to Chloe.
Hi everybody. So I create and review all the LTG's newsletters that they sent out to each of their club boards. I write and manage the Sunshine Source and the Key Feed, which is our district newsletter, and then the Sunshine Source is our district magazine. And then I also assist the communications committee with the Keep Up blog, Instagram, and website. And just some reminders for the year that social media will be one of your most powerful tools. If there's one thing that teenagers use way too much, it's social media. So really, all your clubs should have an Instagram. Make a TikTok if you want, even make a Facebook, and you might even get some of the Kiwanians to follow you on that. Make sure that your posts are welcoming and engaging. Make sure that you're not always asking people to do things. Take the time to thank your members for all that they do because we truly wouldn't be Key Club without them. And then always remember to advertise your events early for meetings at least 2 or 3 days before. And then for service projects, especially if you're asking people to go off campus, even if it's only a 5 or 10 minute drive, a week or two in advance, because when you respect their time, they respect your time. And this gives people the opportunity to find whatever they need to get there, whether that's a ride, whether that's simply just the time to be there. Because once they sign up for one thing, they're usually not going to switch to another one. And then just some of my goals for the year are just to really help strengthen the communication across the district so that we're highlighting your clubs and showing you guys just how much you truly mean to Key Club.
Thank you, Chloe. And lastly, Emil.
Hey everyone. As you know, my name is Emil, and my role is basically updating the district-wide and board calendars so that everyone can have access to the important dates and meetings. Also, I update, I track all the submissions and all the uh, performance of your fellow lieutenant governors so that we can have a track on their progress. And I work closely with executive committee along with the chairs so that we can both focus on some things and I can assist them and bring something from my own side. And my goals for the year, I want to bridge the gap between district, division, and school levels. As far as all we know, the gap is existent, and really wanted to uh, somehow diminish this gap, bring everyone closer together. Thank you.
Thank you, Emil, and thank you all for sharing. So now we're going to get into the 7 habits, and you may be wondering why 7 habits. And if you never heard of the book, the idea of this webinar is based off the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. And I actually just read this book this past summer myself, and it taught me a lot about how your effectiveness and success comes from character building, which just so happens to be a Key Club core value. And it also talks about how to be principle centered, helping you grow your interdependence, not just benefiting yourself, but also the lives of others. And it is an amazing read, as it also felt like it deeply aligned with what we strive for as a student leader and as service-minded individuals. So I encourage you to go check it out. But diving into the first habit that we all came up with, which is communication. So consistent communication leads to teamwork and trust. And you can use the triangle method for communication, which is where your president and advisor should be communicating, your lieutenant governor and president should be communicating, and your lieutenant governor and advisor. And this system ensures that information flows in all directions, and it helps us stay informed on what your clubs are doing and also helps your clubs get support from us. Communication also makes sure that everyone is on the same page. Key Club is team-based and you're really rarely working alone. So being on the same page is really crucial to be able to work together effectively. And No position is too small or irrelevant, truly. Whether you're a secretary taking meeting minutes or a member volunteering at an event, I promise you that the work you do truly does matter. And good leaders make sure that everyone feels valued and heard no matter what. Transparency builds trust. So make sure to keep everyone in the loop because they're more likely to stay engaged and committed. And by communicating issues, we can avoid hiding problems that can cause any stress and conflict. And lastly, always make sure to put yourself in other people's shoes. Practice empathy. You don't know what someone may be going through, so be patient and lead with compassion. And let's say one of your teammates or fellow club officers is falling behind. What do you do in this situation? Would anyone like to answer? Lily?
I would immediately offer them my support and let it be known that I'm there to help guide them, and if they need anything, I'm there.
It's a great answer. Thank you. Yeah. I would check in with them one on one, like you said, offer them support, even if it's just a quick, hey, how are you doing? Is everything okay? And it shows that you care. So by offering your help to them, maybe they're unsure how to do a task or just need someone to listen to them. So work together on solutions like, can the task be delegated? How can you help them get back on track? Communication is all about understanding and being honest. And communication as a whole isn't just a habit in Key Club, but a leadership skill and a day-to-day life skill that will help you far beyond Key Club. And a lot of times we're thinking about what members can gain from Key Club and why they would want to join. And we're not just thinking about the service hours, but also about what lifelong skills you can build and learn. So please take this to heart as you continue your Key Club journey. And next is Andrea.
Hi, everyone. So I'll be talking about structure and organization, both in your club's operations and also in meetings, which is something very important to keep in mind when you're thinking about member retention. So first, keep meetings and events structured on the calendar. Make sure you give your members timelines and dates within the months that events are going to occur so that they can include it in their schedule and they see that you're prepared. As we say, consistency is key, like Key Club. If they see that you are on top of your stuff and you're really putting the time and effort to make sure that everything is consistent for your members, they're going to see the care that you're putting into it and want to participate in your organization. Also, assign officers to roles in meetings. So, for example, the president can do the intro, much like today, Governor Eleanor did the welcome to you all. And then maybe the secretary of your club will talk about service hours. Just delegate who talks about things so it's not, for example, just the president running the entire meeting. Also, make sure to create an agenda and share that with members beforehand so they know what's going to be discussed, they can follow along. And again, it's that idea of keeping things organized and it shows that you are bringing like professionalism to the club. And it keeps you on task during meetings. And again, it keeps members informed. And it keeps you from straying off topic. It's very helpful. Also, have service projects and logistics prepared in advance. Like I've been saying, seeing organized clubs makes members want to participate more. A question you should ask yourself is, if you don't care, why should they? If you're leaving your Key Club events and you're planning to the last minute, the product of your work is going to show that, it's going to reflect that, and it's going to be very transparent to your members. Again, if you're not trying, why would they want to show up to a meeting? Why would they want to participate in a service project? Why would they want to go out of their way to volunteer when they see that the leaders of the organization aren't even putting the effort?
Okay, and now I want to present on the goals and accountability, which is your third habit. But first, I want to touch up on why the habit actually matters. Well, first, habits are essential for leadership. Make your leadership more seamless. Make it like you want people to rely on you. So this is the first thing you want to do. You want to develop a habit. You want to not burden yourself. And so the things like delegation, communication, consistency, reflection, They should be your habit since now. Be consistent and responsible. Members, they always feel secure with a reliable leader. Uh, Next, delegate wisely. Be sure that you take care of yourself before rushing into helping others. It will increase your own productivity and you'll probably be able to help more people and with much broader impact. Um, and one, I think the most important is to reflect sometimes because we all make mistakes. All the great leaders, they learn from them and we don't repeat them. So please, please, please reflect because reflection builds wisdom. Take a moment, think, and only then execute. And also, for the last and ultimately, set only SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time. Specific, know the purpose and have a plan. Measurable, know your resources. Measure your resources and what you can do. Uh, Set only achievable goals. Only the goals that you can achieve, they actually might come into reality. Um, and be relevant. Know how well it aligns with your goals and what you pursue as your club. Uh, and also, please make sure that you take into account your time because time is scarce and you have to learn how to manage it. So please develop your habit and set only SMART goals.
Okay, so I'll be presenting promotion and membership. So why exactly is promotion and membership so important? Well, it builds strong and active clubs. So basically, it shows everybody what your club is doing, that your club is active, and that your members are participating. It creates awareness of Key Club and its mission. So even if people aren't able to join your specific Key Club because maybe they don't go to your school, maybe they're transferring schools, they still know what Key Club is and they still know what we're doing. And so maybe they go on to start their own Key Club or join another Key Club at a different school. And then this also brings in new members to your Key Club while also bringing in new ideas, new energy, and even new potential leaders. Every new member is the potential to be your next president, your next secretary, and such and such. And they bring just new and fresh ideas that keep your Key Club interesting and fun. And so the biggest way that you're going to be able to implement these in your Key Club is to host interest meetings, host Club Rush if you have one, or like a curriculum fair that maybe you can create like a board to show people what Key Club's doing. Always include some nice photos. And then you're also going to want to use social media. As I said before, again, it's going to be your biggest tool throughout the entire year. And so when you're using social media, you should use flyers. You can even just use word of mouth, just letting your friends know, hey, today's the Key Club meeting. You should really come by and bring some other people. And then, like the next bullet says, bringing more people. So even if they're not a part of Key Club, let them come to your meetings, let them come to service projects, let them see what's happening because they can join. If they don't join in the spring, they can join in the fall. And then recognizing and celebrating your members' achievements. Where, like I said before, Key Club would not be anything without the members that truly do the most of the service. So make sure that they know that they're valued and that their contributions are seen. And so this is great for leadership. This promotes your club's passion and inspires others. It shows that you know how to communicate, motivate, and connect with diverse groups, and it gives more students opportunities to step into leadership roles. And then on the next slide, I have some examples of some promotions and flyers that I did when I was my club's editor. So when you're making recruitment flyers, make sure people know everything that they can gain from Key Club, the service hours, the requirements that they can only be 9 through 12. You always want to include the date, time, and wherever you're meeting, the location. You can include, like I put, National Volunteer Month to appreciate all our members and what they do. Make sure you're reminding people of meetings. You can even do gear distribution like I've done. beforehand, where we were passing out our t-shirts and crew necks. And then you can even do just some quick end of semester reminders so that they know when these dates are coming.
Hello, everyone. Claudia. I'll be talking about fundraiser. So it's about logistics. Everything's about logistics. You can have an amazing plan, make money. Your club could have done it before, but nothing works if you don't have everything worked out in the back end. And as treasurer, planning fundraisers, that is your job, or even as a board overall. So as Emil said, we were on the same track here, SMART goals. So I have here an example of a fundraiser and how SMART goals can apply to it. So SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. An example of a specific goal is selling candy grams for Christmas. So overall fundraiser. It can be measurable by knowing exactly how much money you want to raise and how many you will do it. So for example, you will gain $94 profit, money earned, by selling 100 grams. And by the way, this math was done by just a quick Google search, a $16 bag of 300 lollipops. So it can also be attainable. You have to find the best bang for your buck. So keep the cost of the lollipops, for example, under 0.05 cents. And it's very achievable. That bag can last you through every holiday, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving. So, and buy in bulk. Always buy in bulk if you're selling things. Amazon is really good for that. And use your school supplies. I'm sure your teacher, your Key Club advisor has access to all of this, so use the school paper. It's free. And then we have relevant. It has to be relevant to everybody for them to want to give you their money and want to participate overall. So for example, everybody's in the holiday spirit. Christmas, everybody's feeling joyous. And students love candy during school. Maybe they had a hard day. Candy makes everybody feel good. And it's good to give gifts to your friends. They like being surprised. So this is overall a great fundraiser, and you can make it relevant to any other fundraiser. And it also has to be timely. Let your members know at least 1 week before. Publish posters all over your school. And then sell 2 weeks later. The last 2 weeks of December before maybe winter break. So make it timely, make it like exactly when people are really in the holiday spirit. And that's an example of a fundraiser and how you can use SMART goals to create the perfect logistic plan so you have everything planned out. Another thing about logistics is to contact extremely early, depending on the project size. So contacting means working with your school faculty, or maybe if you're doing the fundraiser outside of school, working with the business really extremely early. For example, like a small project for maybe the candy grams. Contact your school faculty a week later. 3 weeks early. If maybe you've done this before and they kind of know, oh, this is what Key Club does, 3 weeks should be enough time to send the email, then putting it in your calendar and your club not being penalized. If it's a medium project, maybe you're doing a school spirit sale, you should have contacted your faculty 2 months beforehand, really letting them know on the schedule, checking if anything else is going at that time, and making sure Key Club is the most important thing at that time. And then maybe a large project, 4 months plus. Maybe start working on it at the beginning of the school year just so it can be set in stone and no changes happen in between. No bad changes. And then always have written confirmation from both ends. When creating big projects like this, things can slip. So make sure you have written confirmation. Even if you have a meeting in person, write a follow-up email saying, thank you for meeting with this. I'm glad that we agreed on this, this, and this. Have written confirmation, so if anything tries to, if any adult tries to say, hey, why are you doing this? You have proof. And then work with your entire board. Delegating is very important. You're the treasurer or somebody else making the fundraiser, but everybody can play an important role, especially if it's a big project. Maybe your president can join you when you go speak to faculty. Your secretary is in charge of making sure if it applies for volunteer hours, publishing the event. Your vice president can think of organizations, maybe if you're doing a donation, which can go, and just work with your board, delegate, and it makes the logistics part of it go super smooth. And now I have a challenge for everybody, even if you're not a treasurer. I want you to create SMART goals for one of these fundraisers and see where it takes your club. These are fundraisers that have been proven to work, and I have small, medium, and large, depending on how much risk you're willing to take, how much time you have. So for a small fundraiser, we have a coin drive. It consists of a box in every teacher's classroom, and what really works for this is advertisement. So make sure everybody knows it's going on and kids just donate coins. A second fundraiser is one that my school personally did, is a medium fundraiser. It's a school spirit sale at football games. So you basically set up a table with spirit items, maybe beaded necklace, cool sunglasses with your school colors, and sell them at football games. This works really good. Everybody's in the spirit. Everybody has cash already, maybe for food, and they can spend it, and you have a really good view of the stadium. And it also brings Key Club to your school if it's not a big club, because you have a table right there and everybody's gonna pass through. And then for a large event, it could probably be a talent show. And you can raise money by getting money for the entry tickets and things like that. And it's just a really fun project for all seniors to kind of participate at the end of the year. So that is your challenge for today. Please do it and let me know in the treasurer group chat if you get it done. All right. Peace, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. There's also a fundraising guidebook on the website alongside many other useful resources. If you ever need anything, you might want to check the website first. And the sixth habit is engagement and service. So participation in zone events such as your zone rallies and Key Club kickoff conferences, which are coming up very soon. Divisional activities like divisional council meetings, Kiwanis meetings or service projects, and any district or international events, such as our DCON or District Education and Leadership Conference in April, or ICON, which is Key Club International's convention. Invite your sponsoring Kiwanis Club to attend your meetings and events, have interactive meetings. So maybe you want to add leadership games or Q&A panels and guest speakers from a local service initiative into your meetings. And all of this can help you have more engaging meetings. And that can also help with member retention, because if it's just someone talking to you about upcoming service opportunities, they might be a little bit bored and not want to come back to the next meeting. But if you're having activities and involving them and having them participate, then they'll probably be more engaged and more likely to come back. Diversify your activities. So don't always just have a service project or club meetings. Plan social events or fundraising events and give more opportunities for your members to connect. For example, in my home club, we have meetings every other week and service opportunities pretty consistently, but we also try to plan at least one social event every month to further involve our members and also spark more activity in our Key Club. Service is the heart of Key Club. Everything we should do should come back to helping others and improving our communities around us. So find opportunities that your members care about. Our service is a lot more powerful when it connects to your members' passions. For example, in my home club, we have a feedback form that members can fill out to suggest service projects and give feedback on past service projects to help us consistently improve. And this is also part of where the large-scale service project comes in, which our district board decided that we'll be implementing the large-scale service project. And we sent out a feedback form at the beginning of May where any member could fill it out and we could get feedback on what type of service or what initiative that they would want most. And then in June, our district board voted on our large scale service project, which is Strive to Thrive. And it's a great way that you can get involved with your community. Partner with local organizations, building long-term relationships with a food bank or a shelter can help you have consistent service opportunities for your members. Get involved with our large-scale service project. So, as I talked about, Strive to Thrive, our large-scale service project, is about breaking the cycles of poverty by supporting youth and families through education, community building, and access to practical resources. And there's so many different ways that you can get involved, whether that's volunteering at a local food bank, assembling hygiene kits, tutoring kids at Title I schools, or even just learning about the root causes of poverty, because every action truly counts. And we will have a lot more resources available about the large scale service project very soon, and as well as hosting a webinar on it soon. And lastly, you can get involved with our international partners, which are Erica's Lighthouse Schoolhouse and our newest international partner, which is the Nature Conservancy, as well as get involved with our preferred charities, which are UNICEF and Thirst Project. And we actually have Trick or Treat for UNICEF coming up in October, where your clubs can fundraise for UNICEF's Start Strong Zambia project, aiming to help children in Zambia receive proper nutrition, healthcare, and education. And we'll also be hosting a webinar on Trick or Treat for UNICEF in the coming month. So be on the lookout for all of that. And lastly, I'll pass it over to Andrea for our last habit.
Okay, so I'll be talking about recognition and fun, and this will touch upon what Eleanor just spoke about having interactive meetings, and what Chloe mentioned earlier about making sure every member feels valued. And like Eleanor just said, considering the recognition and the fun you want to incorporate into your meetings is really important for, of course, attracting new members, but also retaining the ones that you currently have. So to start for recognition, it's very important to highlight your members for outstanding service, participation, maybe attendance at a divisional event or a club event. So here in the corner is an example of something that my own home club does, which is Member of the Month. And that'll go to the person that maybe if we're doing a drive, they contributed the most items or they brought the most friends to a key club meeting. But recognizing them, and at our meetings, we give them a cupcake. And we also give cupcakes to the members who have birthdays in our month so that they feel valued and they're part of like our Key Club family. So they get a cupcake. We post something like this on our Instagram, and then on our bulletin board at our school, we also highlight that member. Something else that you can do if you want to start doing Member of the Month is make a point system, and your secretary can keep track of this point system. So like I said, maybe Amelia here brought the most donations for a canned food drive. She would get a set amount of points for that. Maybe a member attended a divisional council meeting for your division. They would get points for that. And if you want to use that to calculate Member of the Month, that is highly recommended. Also, thank members for service and recognize impact of work. Even if you're not highlighting just a specific person, you can thank them for maybe what they did at the last meeting, or if there was an event over the weekend. You can either do this in person at a meeting, or even if you have a group chat, for example, send out a text. Thank you to everyone that attended the beach cleanup we just had. Recognize the impact of work. Be like, we cleaned up over 20 bags of trash. We were able to leave the shore clean. But giving that personalized thank you makes members feel really valued. Also celebrate member birthdays, like I said. In my own home club, the webmaster, not that this has to do with webmaster, but she's the one that does it. She sends out a Google form when members join the club, and it asks them for their student ID number, their email, their phone number, and it also asks them for their birthday. And then she makes her own calendar with their birthdays so that when we have our monthly meeting, we can sing happy birthday and give cupcakes to everyone in the club celebrating a birthday that month. And then also recognize accomplishments beyond Key Club. Those of you who today are leaders, and most likely the members of your key clubs are leaders, whether in the organization or beyond. And it's very important to make them feel recognized. Maybe they feel like they kind of fly under the radar, but maybe if you know a kid that just placed at the state science fair, or maybe they started their own club, you can use that time in your meeting to step aside from Key Club, right? Like Eleanor talked about, sometimes it's not so entertaining to be talking about Key Club, Key Club, Key Club all the time. But if you switch it up and you say, hey, I know this person um won their track meet on Saturday, right? It makes them feel so special, and it gives them an opportunity to connect with other members as well beyond just Key Club. Then also keeping a balance of information and fun in meetings. So plan engaging icebreakers and activities. Earlier in the Zoom meeting, we did Two Truths and a Lie, which I think was pretty engaging for what we have, which is Zoom. But if you're doing an in-person meeting, try to do an activity where maybe you get your members moving around, talking to new people. Maybe you can introduce a game of some kind where there's a competition, and that can kind of create like a nice competitive nature, obviously still friendly, but it keeps your members entertained. Also avoid lecture presentations. So instead of just having like a presentation behind you talking about this, you're not moving around the room. Try to avoid that, because your members, if they're already just there for hours, you're kind of not helping the case. Like, you want to give them a reason to come back, right? Also, you can play you can play music for your members when they come in. So something my own club has done is we've created a playlist, and we make a collaborative Spotify playlist that we share with our members at the beginning of the year. And we invite them to share their music so that when they come and they're sitting down for the meeting, they're greeting their friends, they can maybe hear something that they added to the playlist, right? And it makes them feel special and like they're part of the greater meeting. Also ask members what they want. Eleanor spoke about how her own home club, they do like feedback forms. That's something really important. So you can ask them, what kind of service do you want to see? Or maybe what's something that you wish the officers were doing more of? What do you want to hear more of? Is there a certain type of event that you want to know about? Because maybe you're not communicating to your members that, oh, there's a DCM this month, or decon is available for registration. So ask them kind of what they're looking for so they can feel seen and heard and really represented in your club, even if they aren't an officer.
Thank you, Andrea. So now we're going to be moving into Q&A discussion. If any of you guys have to leave, feel free to leave at any time. But if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hands and ask, or just unmute yourself. We would love to answer any questions that you have. Mehmet?
Hello. Just checking, but will we get hours for this?
So that would be up to your club, but typically you would not get hours from attending a webinar just because it isn't performing actual service. So that would be up to your club.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Any other questions?
Hi, I have a question.
Yeah, of course.
I'm a new advisor this year at Miami Beach Senior High, and I'm really excited about being the advisor for the Key Club. And I'm really, I think that community service is really important. And I wanted to know, because I really want to involve our student body more in the community services. Are we, as the Key Club, are we allowed to provide community service hours to those outside of Key Club that are not members?
So I would say no to that one, just because in order for them to actually earn hours through Key Club, they have to be a dues paid member in Key Club. So if they were not a dues paid member, they would not be able to earn Key Club service hours.
Can I give them service hours that are not through Key Club? Like, for example, so like, I got an email about the birthday kits. I don't know if you know what I'm referring to.
Or
I think it was through
Icon? Yeah, was that for Icon?
I'm so sorry, I don't know. I think it was an email through like Key. I'm not sure who it was, but they gave us different ideas for different community services, and one of them was like birthday kits for like maybe people in, shelters or nursing homes. And so people will bring in, like birthday cards, maybe party favors. So if I open it up to the whole school, we would get more donations, but I can't give them community service hours.
You
So,
can.
yeah, I
You
would say
can.
that they can get community service hours, like if they want to use that towards Bright Futures or something like that, but
Right.
not for Key Club service
Not
hours.
for, okay, so there's a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you go, Ms. Lasky, when
Yes.
you go to report on the community or your club secretary goes to report it on the monthly report, they should only be reporting the Key Club service hours. So the Key Club members who did service. All the other
Gotcha.
people, all the other students
Right.
who are not.
Don't,
Yeah.
okay. And then should we be aiming or are we supposed to complete a large scale project within the year, or is that optional, or like what is?
Yeah. The goal, well, I know Eleanor can talk more about this, but yes, every club should do at least one project with a large scale project, service project.
Okay.
So I would love if every single club could aim to at least host a service project with relation to the large scale service project, which is about poverty, as I discussed earlier. And if you complete a certain amount of hours for the large scale service project, I believe it is 25 hours as an individual or as a club, you can earn awards at DCON, such as the Large Scale Service Project Banner Patch, and there's also a Large Scale Service Project Scholarship, I believe. So if you complete projects in relation to the Large Scale Service Project, you can apply for awards at DCON. Alejandro?
Thank you.
Of course.
I was gonna ask, it's like more like a broad question, because I know that you guys talked about a lot about fundraising. I was gonna ask like if any board member can talk about what was like the fundraiser that like brought more like engagement or money in this case to like their home key club.
I mean, the fundraiser that I talked about, the selling spirit items at football games, that brought a lot of money to my key club. But also one that was really successful, it was just asking a business if they could donate. And I'm currently working on creating that whole template and giving tips, and that will come out pretty soon, pretty soon. And I got $500 and we donated that to UNICEF. Businesses are always looking to get tax write-offs. So reach out to anybody who's also very involved in the community and you will probably get a donation. And also the financial committee is working on highlighting fundraisers on Instagram. Those videos should come out towards the end of this month. But I have different people talking about the successful fundraisers in their school. So look out for that, and that should come out pretty soon.
Appreciate it.
I wanted to add to that. My school, we don't have sports, so we can't do events like a spirit night for football, for example, and this may apply to some other schools that don't have sports. And also football seasonal. So if you want to continue to do fundraisers that make a lot of money after that, what we do is great. My school, just every Thursday, we have set to sell pizza after school. And doing that every week, we make about like a little bit over $100. So at the end of the month, we made about $500 just selling pizza, and it takes like 20 minutes to sell after school. We sell, of course, until we sell out. And that's a fundraiser that's super consistent to the point that they know like every Thursday, Key Club is going to be selling pizza. And I think that's something that's helped a lot.
One easy service project, I mean, not service project, fundraiser that my school does is that they sell our old club t-shirts because we always have way too many extras. So we also sell the old t-shirts that we have maybe from like 2020 or from 2021 that have the old designs on it because we get a new design every year. And a lot of key clubbers like to buy those. So it's a simple way to clean out your inventory and also gain money for your club.
I do have a question. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me hold on. Okay. Um, So my school, yeah, let me take this off. My school, they say only do one big fundraiser a year. So just like, would y'all have any idea of like one huge thing that we could do? I don't know why they're super strict with fundraisers, but they are. Um,
Claudia, would you like to answer?
I could. Why? Sorry. My school had kind of like a rule like that too, or my advisor preferred not to. And the answer that I
mhm.
would have for that is because we're a service organization. That's what she would tell me. So we want to mainly focus on service projects. But you do need money to do service projects. So an idea, I've seen many ideas for big fundraisers. One really fun one was a Dodge for a Cause, and it's a dodgeball game between students. And you could host it towards the end of the year. Like seniors want to do a lot of activities like senior sunrise and things like that.
Mhm.
So a fun game of dodgeball reminds them of their childhood and things like that. And you could charge for tickets to get in. I feel like that'll be like a very fun event. And it can be really big logistically, and it's free. Like you already have a school gym, probably gym
Yeah.
equipment like that. Um, but that's one of the idea that comes to mind for that.
Okay.
Would anyone else like to
Hi.
share?
Hi. I wanted to know like what also would be small fundraisers we could do because my school in general is pretty strict about what you can and cannot do during school time. So it's like a lot of things we want to do, but we just can't because like our school has a lot of restrictions on what it allows us to like bring to our school itself.
Hmm. For that, would do they not allow you to like sell food or maybe like small items like that? Because it
They
really depends.
do, but it's like they do have a way more like restrictions on, and most of the things like we try to do like and get the paperwork on time and things like that, it always comes to an issue of um like you cannot do this, it's denied, or you might have to like uh get permission from someone else. So it's always like in a back and forth motion that it never gets to a state of being done when we do have a lot of ideas, but never gets to be like like become big.
Do you mainly contact your school faculty through email?
I usually just talk to them because my school's very small, so I just talk to most of the people that I have to like turn in the paperwork to. But sometimes they say that we cannot do it or that it has to be approved by other things, and it's like confusing.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very unique situation. I'd have to know like the specific requirements. So if you want to email me with that information, I can look up fundraisers. I have a whole list of them. And then I can give you specialized fundraisers. But other than that, it's just like about logistics, and you do speak to them in person, so that's really good. Just like knowing exactly and kind of looking on the internet and saying fundraisers that don't have this, this, and that, or maybe ask ChatGPT. Although they don't give really good answers, but look in the internet and also email me. I'll help you with that. But that's about it.
Okay, thank you very much.
I also remember Claudia earlier was talking about leaving like a paper trail, and you mentioned how like some things like you'll agree to it and then they'll fall through. So it's great that your school is small and you're able to have those conversations directly, but it may also help to like confirm things through email. So then when they're like, "Oh, we actually can't do this anymore," you can be like, "On this day, you confirm this and that." So maybe that might be able to help you as well.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I will be sending out the webinar presentation along with a feedback form after the webinar, probably tomorrow. So if any of you would like to reference that, and we'll also be posting the webinar recording on the Florida Key Club YouTube, so you can check it out there if you missed any of it. And Sanan, do you have a question?
Yes, a question. I wanted to ask you a question in regards to the awards. When do you anticipate them being up? And under the governor's project, we still see Alejandro's information from last year. When will you anticipate yours being posted on the site?
So the large scale service project will be posted. I think all of the resources should be up by next week. And for awards, I'm not actually sure. Is anyone here on the awards committee? No. Oh, Andrea, do you know?
I don't know about exact dates, but I think I just saw Charisse raise her hand, so she might know better.
Oh. Therese,
I'm
do
on
you
the
know?
awards committee. I am. I'm on the awards committee.
Do you know the exact date that awards will be posted on the website or fully updated?
Sometime in like, I think like September, October, around there. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be by October 1st if memory serves me right.
And then the new platform that we're using to for members to update members, and we're moving away from member updates in regards to the membership. Is there going to be any kind of training in that for the officers, or
Yes. I will
when is
be
that going to happen?
Yeah, so we're switching to Kiwanis Engage. It's a whole new system for due submissions and members. And
Yeah.
I will be hosting a webinar September 11th. The email constant contact just got out today, and it has all of the information and the RSVP link. And I'll be hosting a whole webinar going through each step of submitting the members. So make sure all of your secretaries and treasurers have RSVP'd for that and are able to make it so they can get comfortable with the new system.
Thank you so much, guys. You're doing great.
Thank you.
I was wondering, how can we make decon more accessible? Like,
So do you mean in terms of like scholarships or
Yeah.
financially? So we offer decon subsidy scholarships, which I believe Claudia said were $200. And Claudia, would you like to touch on that?
Yeah, definitely. I know that we just recently made one and it's $200, which is more than 2/3 of the cost of decon. It's around $300 and $200 for first timers. So that's one of them that we have, but I know we have a lot of different ones and we're working towards another one. But you I'm not sure if the decon committee has posted fundraising ideas, but they will do that sometime soon for fundraisers that help to pay for decon, and fundraising is also very important. And you should contact your Kiwanis club. It should be 1/3 payment for the member, 1/3 for the club, and 1/3 for Kiwanis. That's usually the suggestion. So working through every level in order to make decon more affordable and also take advantage of the subsidies that we have because a lot of people don't, and it's a really good resource that's out there for you guys.
Yeah, and something that my club does every year is we host a car wash fundraiser or a few car wash fundraisers before decon to fundraise for decon transportation so that none of our members have to pay for it since we bring around 20 to 30 people to decon every year. And so that's a good way that you can raise like a lot of money if you have a free car wash and have people who get their car washed donate any amount of money to you guys. It's a great way, and we raised like a few $1,000s. So just a suggestion. But yeah, the decon committee will definitely be publishing more resources on how you can fundraise for decon.
Okay, thank you so much.
Of course. Skylar?
Hello. This is more general, but something that me and my officer team, something that we've been struggling with for the past year is sort of keeping member engagement with our meetings, because I feel like a lot of our meetings tend to be more lecture heavy, but I'm not really sure how we can stray from that format while still keeping presentations informative. So I was wondering if you had any advice for that.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I would still have your information go out in your meetings. So if you have a short presentation, try to keep it as short as possible while still being informative so that they know what's going on in the club and when service projects are. And then also have some sort of interactive activity at the end. So that could be maybe a Q&A with a guest speaker, or you have a guest speaker come in and talk about Maybe you have someone from one of the international partners and preferred charities, or you could have a quick challenge like I know one of the past LTGs, his favorite service project that he did was doing a competition of like how many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches you could make in 1 minute. And so some sort of challenge like that that's also service related could be a good idea. And also maybe hosting a small service project. So I know at all of my club meetings, we normally have a color a smile activity, which is where you can color coloring pages during the meeting, just so that you're listening to the information, but there's also something that you're doing and you can focus on during the meeting so you don't get bored. And then they donate or they send the coloring pages to hospitals. So just brainstorming different ideas that are beyond just having a presentation to make your meetings more engaging. It can help you keep your member engagement and member retention. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
I also wanted to add to that. So my slide was on like recognition and fun, and I talked about icebreakers. You can also manipulate kind of like the agenda of your meeting to maybe put the icebreaker in the middle of the meeting. So if you already know you're gonna have a lot of information to get through, maybe you can put the more fun activity somewhere in the middle. So if you feel like you're losing your audience and they're starting to stray their attention, you kind of bring them back with that. So just like moving things around in your schedule, like you don't always have to follow the same structure to keep your members entertained.
Thank you.
Great idea. Does anyone else have any questions? You all are free to go. I know it is past 8:30, so if you would like to, or if you don't have any more questions, have a good night. Thank you all for coming. We truly loved having you here, and I hope that you took away something useful and informational from our webinar. But if you have any questions, feel free to stay back. We will still be here. Miles?
I remember whenever we had our membership webinar, you guys did amazing. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
but yeah, no, I'm ahead. I just want to say last, 2 notes. Y'all did amazing. Seriously, really great information. Feel like people got the point. So.
Thank you,
Thank you, Miles. Have a good
Thank
night.
you, Miles.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Miss Jackie.
Good night, Jaden.
Bye. Do you guys have any more questions? We actually have a very special person on here. Ala, she is the club president of the first key club in Africa. And I've been help her answer some questions about how to pay dues and whatnot. So would you like to say hi, Ala?
Hi, thank you so much. Actually, it's a pleasure to be here and attending this meeting. So it's very helpful uh, you if you told me more about the how to pay dues and something like that.
Yeah, of course. Our district treasurer, Claudia, she can address that. She can help you with that.
Of course. So I will be hosting the webinar for the new website. So you won't be the only one new to it. It's new to everybody. And I will be hosting the webinar September 11th. It's 8 Thursday. And you should join there and I'll go through everything. I'll have like screenshots of every page, everything you need to do. And your club treasurer could also join so they can get more familiar with it. And the thing that you should start off right away, it's creating an account if you don't have it already, and work with your admin to kind of help you create that account with their email so she can have it for clubs to come. So, yeah.
I can also send you the link to RSVP for the webinar.
Thank you so much. It will be a pleasure if you send it.
Of course.
I saw your guys' Instagram. Like you guys followed me and I followed you back and it looks super cool. And I saw you guys had done some like ceremony. I don't know what it was, but it looks super cool. So I'm excited to see what your club does.
It was passation. I don't know how to tell you, but when we give the new president the charge and the responsibility. It's really good that you check it out. I'm really happy.
I like
Oh, that's really cool. But yeah, if you ever have any questions, we're all here for you. So I know it's hard starting up a new club, but yeah. Does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask super quickly. I wasn't gonna ask originally, but then I left the meeting. I thought these people would be kind of like perfect for this. I just wanted to ask about, I'm from the Cyprus chapter, and as we're starting like throughout the year and I'm like starting to delegate stuff, I'm finding that a lot of the board that was elected last year like isn't really super like motivated. Like they're not really, I can try to delegate, but like they're not really gonna always step up. So how would you guys recommend kind of working through that? You know, like maybe re-electing or
So I would say like don't fire them until you have to, because it's a lot harder when you have people sort of, working against you per se. So I would say maybe meet with all of them and sort of like reiterate their roles and their expectations as officers and also their responsibilities. And if they want to, drop out or opt out of it at that point, like feel free to let them do that, because if they're not going to want to do the position, then or the roles and the expectations that come with the position, then they're probably not a good fit for it. And so I would say meet with them and reiterate their expectations and also make sure that they still want to be there. I don't know.
I think
Any of
also
you-
definitely have that meeting like in the presence of your faculty advisor, so there's like an
Yeah.
adult or teacher that kind of keeps them in check.
That's smart. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
make sure your advisor knows like what they're not doing, what they're not helping out on. Because my advisor, he like checks in with all of us, and he's like, if somebody isn't doing something, I need to know immediately so that we can have a chat. Like it might feel like you're telling on them, but it might be the only way to get them to participate.
yeah, no, that makes sense. That's pretty much all.
Also, I saw that you did the, what was it, service project guidebook. Did you get in contact with the, whatchamacallit, the subcommittee, who is it, like Aniston and all of them for,
Yeah. I shared it to them, I'm pretty sure. Honestly, I can't guarantee it'll be done. Like it'll probably just
no,
like done
you're
this weekend,
good.
but
I was
yeah.
just wondering if you got in contact with them to help.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Anyways, well, have a good night, Esteban.
You too. Thank you guys.
Bye.
So I want to ask another question if it doesn't matter.
Of course, go ahead.
So I really want one of our club to be trustee, but it's very difficult to attend a convention, international convention. So is there any solution for that or any
Yeah, so Key Club International offers icon scholarships every year, and the applications for those haven't been open, but when they do, I can definitely send them to you. But the other thing I would say is probably fundraising, because I know flights and registration costs is probably super expensive. And so I think work with your club on fundraising on and logistics on how you guys can get to Icon, which is in Dallas, Texas this year. So I can send you the information for the Icon Scholarship and then just work on fundraising with your club.
So it's possible to join the convention this year if we got scholarship or fundraising?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's very good. Thank you.
Did you get in contact with Matt and Laura or the emails that I sent you last week?
So I sent an email, but uh, not for. Actually, I spoke to someone else, and I concentrate more for the how to pay the dues. That so I forget about that because we have really work to do. So I will text them.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I was just wondering. But yeah, let me know if you need anything else.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Well, if you don't have any more questions, you're free to go. Have a good night.
Guys, I think we aced this webinar, very good.
So good. I loved your slides, Andrea. My club definitely needs that help.
My slides. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There was one
Yeah.
question that you answered, and then I like added to it. I'm sorry if it was like came off as like
I
whatever.
did not process any negativity.
Okay. I
My
was just
brain
like,
is being so slow. I actually can't think straight. But yeah, you guys did a great job. I'm super happy with how it went, and we got a pretty good turnout. I think like 70 out of 100 RSVPs is pretty good. So
and we were really good with time as well, which is great.
yeah, I thought we were gonna go over, but we were like under time, so that was good. And people actually asked some pretty good questions, especially about fundraising. Claudia
No,
got
I was
thrown
like,
at her.
wow. I need
Yeah.
to prepare for that, but
I got nervous for you every time they asked a question, so I was like, I don't
I
know.
was like, I don't know. Like,
no, I love it. Like I was like, yes. Anyway, but
Bro,
yeah.
and then the guy that was like, do I get hours for this? That was the same guy at the beginning that was like, I'm not gonna turn on my camera because my hair looks chopped. I was like, bro.
He was so energetic. I loved him.
That kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, it was giving like, in the membership webinar when someone was like, this summer I turned pretty, Conrad or Jeremiah, or something like
Yes,
that.
and the guy that was like,
Yeah.
you're my best friend. Do you remember that guy on the
No.
membership webinar?
I was only there for like an hour or like 45 minutes. But yeah, I think we did amazing. We'll probably reflect more on this tomorrow. I don't know. It's in the agenda, but yeah. So we could have just had like our exec meeting. It's fine. Anyways, I'm sure you
Oh, they
guys
did.
probably have what?
Oh, they ditched us.
Bro, he was like, well, I joined the meeting at like 6:40 just so I could make sure that my computer was working. And then he like joined at 6:50 and he was like, "Oh, I thought it started at 7." And then he yapped my ear off until you guys joined. And he was like, "I'm gonna ditch you." Okay.
See, that's when you kick him off of the meeting.
Yeah, I was eating my dinner too. I was like, "Let me eat in peace."
Guys, also, did you keep seeing my notifications?
No.
No.
On the group chat?
No, it's not there.
They weren't bad, but I was like, sent me a snap, sent me something. I was like, oh my God, people can
Oh.
see it. And I tried putting it on Do Not Disturb and it was not working. And I was like,
I'm sorry, Andrea.
No, we couldn't see it because I think you were in like presentation mode, so like
Yeah.
you couldn't see.
Okay, good.
Yeah, very presentable.
Okay.
Yeah.
But more
That
about
was-
these birds. How do I
Okay,
get
Yeah,
they
where do you even store
outside.
them?
They're all outside, and they're not really my birds. They're my dad's birds. Like I really don't care about them. They're like, they're all the way in the backyard, bro. Because I'm not
Wow,
a
you
bird person. They're just like my dad's, but it was good for the fun fact.
Can
But we
you
have
share
like,
one parakeet with me?
yeah, I will give you one,
Please.
I need you to buy a pigeon and ship it to me.
bro. Bro, go
Guys, like-
outside, catch one. Like,
No, I want like a cute pigeon. Not one of them.
Are there cute pigeons?
But there's so many cute
Yeah.
pigeons.
Emil, what are you talking about? There are no cute pigeons where we live.
All right.
Have you even seen a pigeon where you live? Because I don't think there really
Of
is.
course I did. They were like all over the place.
Oh, Emil, I was gonna say, I'm in a city, okay? No. Cute pigeons do not exist.
Yeah.
They do. They're cute.
Oh.
I
Y'all
think
don't
we're like,
understand.
what, 3 against 1, 2?
I mean, all three of you can be wrong at the same time. That's also a thing, you know.
Okay, well, there's two of you, and a broken clock is right twice a day, so you know.
All I'm hearing is that I'm right, but really.
It's
I'll give
also
you
wrong
a
every
parakeet.
other time of the day.
Ew, no.
Okay.
My cat will eat it probably, or try to eat it. He tried to eat my geckos, so and my guinea pigs.
You have guinea pigs?
I used to.
Yeah,
They
until
didn't get
Used
eaten.
to.
Okay, no, they didn't get
So
eaten. I
he
gave them to somebody
succeeded.
else. No, they're fine. Well, I mean, one of them died. Like he had a heart attack, but
Oh
the
my
other
God, Chloe.
How
the
do you know
other
I
two
had a
are
heart attack?
fine. They just got sent to a kid.
Are you veterinarian? Like, why are all your pets dropping dead?
I don't know. He had a heart attack while I was at camp, and my dad was like, "Oh yeah, your guinea pig died. That's why I picked you up early."
Bro, but how do you know I had a heart attack? Like, that's so specific.
That's normally what guinea pigs die of. Like they're just very nervous, low key. They're just always like a ticking time bomb for like heart
You
attacks.
should teach him CPR or something like that.
Maybe.
Most of the time when you give an animal CPR, they don't survive because you have to like press their ribs like you do humans. So it's not like
Yeah, like a little do with your pinkies.
Yeah.
no, thank you. He was like cold, so I don't think that's really how CPR works. I think you gotta get there before
No, I'm
that
sorry.
happens.
But he was cold.
I'm
He's in a
sorry.
box in my outside. I buried him outside.
Okay.
Oh, I think that like in your house, I was like,
Ew, no.
No, like flush it down the toilet like a fish.
I think he's too big to flush down the toilet. Guinea pigs get big. They're not like rats, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're
This took a
body
weird
shaming
turn.
animals. That's okay.
But they are.
Yeah.
They're like little potatoes, and you would never flush a potato down the toilet.
Bro.
It wouldn't
That's
fit.
all right. Over now, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty,
I
guys.
think we're tired and we're getting to weird things.
Yeah.
Talk to y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Great job.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye, guys.